So we have some announcement to make, some changes. Many of you have been saying, what's happening with this government? Were they not ready to form government? We were ready to form government, but we're methodical. We need to understand various things and move step by step to avoid making mistakes, but also to satisfy ourselves that what we're doing is the right thing to do at a particular time. So as I said, be patient, and we'll continue with this process tomorrow. I guess that's right? Yes. Secretary of the Cabinet. So the first announcement or message we're delivering is as follows. Zambia Army. Zambia Army. By virtue of being the Commander-in-Chief of the Zambia Armed Forces, I hereby appoint Major General Dennis Arivuzwi as the new Army Commander. That's the first change that we're making, and consequently promote him to the rank of Lieutenant General in the Zambia Army with immediate effect. I have relieved with immediate effect the services of the Lieutenant General William Sikazwe as Army Commander with immediate effect to be redeployed soon. I think he did a wonderful job to lead us during this transition. Most of you have no understanding of what was going on, but he and his team did a wonderful job. So it's with great respect that we'll be very delighted for him to serve us as a country in another role, and with honor, because I think he acted honorably. Great respect for him. I'm also recalling the Brigadier General Godfrey Zhele and appointing him as the new Deputy Army Commander and Chief of Staff, and promoting him to the rank of Major General with immediate effect. So those are the two changes in the Zambia Army. Zambia Air Force, by virtue of being the Commander-in-Chief of the Zambia Air Forces, I hereby appoint Brigadier General Collins Barry to be the new Air Force Commander and promote him to the rank of Lieutenant General in the Zambia Air Force with immediate effect. I have relieved with immediate effect the services of Lieutenant General David Michael Muma as Zambia Air Force Commander, and he too did a commendable job under very difficult circumstances. I'm sure you all know that, and he too will be redeployed to serve our people in a different capacity fairly soon. I'm also appointing Brigadier General Oscar Musitu Nyoni. Brigadier General Oscar Musitu Nyoni as the new Deputy Air Commander and Chief of Staff, and invariably promote him to the rank of Major General with immediate effect. Zambia National Service. By virtue of my being the Commander-in-Chief of the Zambia Armed Forces, I hereby appoint Brigadier General Maliti Patrick Solochi to be the new Zambia National Service Commandant and promote him to the rank of Lieutenant General in the Zambia National Service with immediate effect. I have relieved with immediate effect the services of Lieutenant General Nathan Mulenga as the Zambia National Service Commandant to be redeployed later, and thank you for his services in that role. But obviously, there are other roles to be played. I'm also appointing a Brigadier General Ruben Mwewa. Brigadier General Ruben Mwewa as the new Deputy Zambia National Service Commandant and Chief of Staff, and promoting him to the rank of Major General with immediate effect. I have relieved with immediate effect the services of Major General Benson Miti as Deputy Zambia National Service Commandant and Chief of Staff, and he too will be redeployed. Zambia Police. Zambia Police. By virtue of my being the Commander-in-Chief of the Zambia Armed Forces, I'm recalling Mr. Remy Kajova and appointing him to be new Inspector General of Police Service. Mr. Remy Kajova to take over as new Inspector General of Police. I have relieved with immediate effect services of Mr. Kako Makanganja as Inspector General of the Zambia Police Service with immediate effect. And equally, he will be relocated, reassigned elsewhere. I'm also recalling Mr. Milner Muyambango and appointing him as the new Deputy Inspector General of Police Operations with immediate effect. Mr. Milner Muyambango. Within the Zambia Police Service, I'm appointing MS Doris Nayame Chibombe as the new Deputy Inspector General of Police Administration with immediate effect. MS Doris Nayame Chibombe as Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of administration. I have relieved MS Charit Katanga as Deputy Inspector General of Police Operations with immediate effect. I have relieved services of Mr. Richard Mwene as Deputy Inspector General of Police Administration with immediate effect. So Madam Doris Katanga leaves the Deputy Inspector Generalship Operations. Mr. Richard Mwene too leaves that portfolio and leaves it to the colleagues that are assigned above. Further, I'm relieving all commissioners of police from their duties with immediate effect. All commissioners, there's reorganization coming through there, and I must clarify, because it's very important, that now you have a situation where the Inspector General of Police, the deputies, 2 deputies, are sworn in by the President and all the commissioners in the provinces. And this was creating a problem in terms of the command structure, to an extent where sometimes the commissioners were acting outside the direction of the Inspector General of Police. And it was creating problems. And I'm not sure how we managed it, but I think you saw sometimes the chaos that was there. So we want to be orderly. We want to have a command structure that is very clear. And some of these commissioners may end up coming back under the new structure, but with a clear command structure where the Inspector General of Police is in charge of the police. Thank you. I guess these are the changes that we have announced today. We will continue with this process tomorrow, and I wish to reiterate our message that the exiting service chiefs have served our country diligently. They deserve our respect. They deserve our compassion. And you will see that this government, this new administration, will operate with respect, very polite, but when necessary, very firm. All the time looking at the interests of the people of Zambia and nothing else. So we believe that the media will not demonize the colleagues that are going, because we're not demonizing them. It's time for everything, different roles. We all move in. Yesterday or the day before, there was a president taking retirement. Today, there's a new president. Guidelines in the police with a principle that no one should be arrested before an investigation is carried out. No one. When somebody is arrested because there's been an investigation, the police must give police bond where it's applicable. And it's not a security risk. It is not a matter that will lead to breakdown in the rule of law and order. Very important. I think most of you understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. Take those, anything above that, we are transgressing the rights of citizens. In policing, in security, in ensuring law and order, we must also respect human rights, liberties, and freedoms. I think journalists, you like this. I know you like it. I know what you've gone through. Then, the judicial system, when a matter is taken to court, must grant bail. Must grant bail. Again, where there's no security risk, where there's no risk of crossing over to a breakdown in the rule of law, and bail conditions should and will be relaxed. So that's not the reason people remain in detention when their offense is bailable. So they will be able to get bail, conditions that are fair, that respect the rule of law and the rights of citizens. But that's not to promote criminality. Because where your rights end, someone else's rights start. So you can't step on other people's rights. That's why the police service will be there. I spent a bit of time, Vice President, Secretary to the Cabinet, so I can clarify what this new dawn means. This freedom. When we were campaigning, you saw songs, young ladies used to sing and dance. Freedom is investigating to determine whether they've committed a crime or not. Members of society, community, Vice President, Secretary of the Cabinet, cadres will not be allowed to attack police officers. They will not be allowed to attack police officers, as what happened in Lusaka at one of the police stations. That too will not be allowed, because that will be now transgressing on the rights of policemen and women, men and women in uniform who are serving under very difficult times. I guess that is enough.